Hi, it's Pam, the food lady, and we're in the kitchen, in my kitchen to be exact, and we have a very special guest with us today. Leslie Grace Streeter, who's the pop culture columnist at the Palm Beach Post. She's extraordinary. You have to read her articles. You do them like every day, once a week?
It depends. I'm in the paper. I have a column every week on Sunday, but I'm in the paper probably 3 to 4 times a week, depending on what's going on.
Oh, and it's
a lot.
It's so interesting too and heartwarming. I mean, you do a lot of really good stories.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And then I'll do something goofy on, like, you know, what Vanilla Ice did last week.
I know, I see that.
That's fun too.
And you feel like you're her best friend. You know, here she is in my kitchen, and I already felt like I was her best friend anyway, so we're gonna have to, I don't know, we're gonna have to do something special here. Like, how about make mussels?
Let's do that.
You wanna do it?
Let's do it.
Are you any good at cooking? I know you're great at writing.
I do okay.
Yeah.
I'd have to ask people, but I think so.
Okay, well, this is a really super easy recipe because you pretty much throw it all into one pot.
I enjoy that.
Okay, it's sort of like to take on mussels Provençal. What you're gonna do is you're gonna have mussels. This is 3 pounds of mussels. It's good for 4 appetizer servings, or maybe 2 big servings. If you're gonna serve it as a meal, serve it with some bread, because the dipping is the best part of the meal. All right, first thing we have to do is, this is about 3 pounds of mussels.
Okay.
So everything I do here is good for about 3 pounds of mussels. You can make 4 appetizers, because remember, they're not heavy.
Okay.
So unless you eat a lot of bread, then that's a meal.
Yes.
And we might have to do that.
We might. It might happen.
All right, so the first thing we want to do is wash these mussels. You're gonna scrub them good, and I kept these out on the side because I wanted to show you. You want to pull off any of this beard that you see in them. These were actually real clean, and you also want to eliminate any of them that have been cracked. And I actually scrub them one by one, and I do that so I can inspect them all. You don't want to have, number one, sand in your broth, and you don't want to serve people cracked mussels, so it gives you a good inspection time.
Very good.
Okay? Now we're gonna move on to the sauce, and it's pretty easy. I love shallots. I use them in almost everything.
They're so yummy.
They are the best. Or so people say shallots.
Well, I'm not fancy.
Okay.
Okay, shallots.
Thank God, shallots. Okay, we've got shallots, and I had a big old shallot, and that's 1 shallot. Can you believe it? That's how big that thing was. I've got some fresh thyme sprigs. I've got bay leaves. I've got a 1.5 cups of nice white wine. We want to use a dry white wine. Again, for seafood, I love to use Sauvignon Blanc. It just has a little bit of a light citrusy kind of flavor that goes really well with the seafood. And then we've got garlic, and we've got, what am I missing? Parsley, lemon, and just follow along with me. It's super, super easy. We're throwing it in the pot. Let's get cooking. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour in our wine. Remember, we've got about a 1.5 cups Sauvignon Blanc, our shallots. Let me get a spoon. Shallots, just throw them in there. Hey, Leslie, would you grab me the garlic, please?
Yes.
In the meantime, I'm gonna throw in a bay leaf. I'm gonna throw in some fresh thyme. It doesn't look like a lot of liquid, does it?
It does not.
You know, if you want to add more liquid, you can. Some people use stock. I just put about a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice.
What's like the difference in taste between the stock and just the wine as your liquid?
You know what? It's good in the broth. I like it, you know, as the broth. It doesn't matter in the steaming. Really, we're just using this as steam right now, but it adds a little richness. But remember, we're gonna add that butter at the end. So that's about a clove of garlic. And all we're gonna do is just stir this all together. And now we're gonna bring it to a boil.
Nice.
Turn your heat up. All right, Leslie, it looks like we are good to go.
Oh, that smells so good.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay, all we're gonna do, throw those puppies in. Done.
Very expert looking.
You know what? Fancy, schmancy. You're gonna put the top on, and we're gonna cook that for 5 minutes.
Nice.
Do you remember that toast that we had?
I do.
And I put a little grated cheese on top of it, some butter, and some garlic powder. And I've got some little garlic toast working for us so that we can dip.
I never forget bread.
Me either. So what you want to do, Leslie, if you wouldn't mind, is when they're in there, give them a good shake. Move them around. There you go.
Beautiful.
You got it.
It's like Jiffy Pop, but not. It's great.
We've got some nice steam coming out of there. Beautiful. Let's double check and say, oh yeah, they are done, baby.
Yes.
Look how beautiful. And what we're gonna do, Leslie, is we're gonna put them in bowls because I wanna start working a little sauce. We're gonna use everything that's on the bottom, so we gotta get everything out in the meantime. So we're gonna take these mussels and put them into bowls. And if it was up to me, I would use a whole stick of butter. This is a half a stick of butter. But you can be as good or not. Because we're just gonna let that cook. And I'm gonna add some fresh parsley to it. All right, our sauce is done. What we're gonna do, Leslie, now is I'm just gonna pour this over each one. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, baby. Now, how easy was that, Leslie?
That was so easy.
Can you do this one at home?
I think I can.
Okay, well, we're gonna dine on some fabulous mussels. Let's give it a try. Taste that.
Oh my goodness.
That's severely good.
Okay.
All right.
I want to be, dippy.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the dip. Let's do the dip. Cheers.
Cheers. So good.
We'll see you next time. And we'll see you in the newspaper.
Absolutely.